Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Yes, buckle up. It's been some weeks. It's been some crazy weeks, guys, and I'm here to, spilling the tea, spilling everything that happened, going back in time, going back to my personal nightmare that I will probably never forget. I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know most of the stuff that I'm telling you here, but I thought it's also time to share it on YouTube. So where do I start? First of all, I'm sorry for the background noises. I'm in the middle of the city. It is not really easy to film in a quiet place because I don't have electricity, so I can't film at night anyways. So the last video I uploaded almost 2 months ago, and for those of you who don't know what happened, my engine blew up in the middle of nowhere and my belt split in two, and I had to get towed to a mechanic place, and they said they can fix it. First they said they can't, then they said they can, and so on and so on. Well, I stayed in this apartment where I was in the last video, and I just stayed there for 2 weeks when I uploaded this video, and little did I know I would spend some time there. After the last video, I was basically just waiting. I was waiting, and the weeks passed by, and another week passed by, and another week passed by. I trusted the mechanic. I trusted their words because I constantly got told that, things are missing or things has to be replaced and repaired and are currently in a shop, and then they didn't answer my phone calls, so Susie called them and then they picked up because they ignored my phone calls, and it was a whole disaster. So after I stayed there for around 5 weeks, I went there every day almost. Like, I had to take an Uber because it was a little bit more far away from my apartment. So I took an Uber every day to see what is going on, because I constantly got told that the van is gonna be ready the next day, but this was never the case. But I still trusted them. I still believe that I'm gonna be on the road again. I'm gonna be, traveling and keep traveling, and I can, cross into the US basically like the next day or something. Another 2 weeks passed by, and it's been 7 weeks now at this point, and well, I came to the mechanic and then they told me they can't repair the van because the injector is broken and they can't find the injector. So I was there spending so much thousands of dollars in those 7 weeks for the mechanic and for the place I was staying, and at the end of those 7 weeks I was at the same situation I was when I first got there. So nothing much has changed, and I paid them, of course, because they said they replaced this and they replaced that and they did this, and of course I trusted them. There I was. But also little did I know that the nightmare will continue, and this will not be the last thing that I am experience. Anyways, I called the tow truck company and I said, hey, I have to get towed to San Diego. I officially had enough from Mexican mechanics. I officially had enough from this whole nightmare, finding a mechanic, finding someone who can repair the van, and someone honest. I decided I'm gonna go to San Diego. I made the decision to leave Mexico and go to San Diego, and the moment I decided that, I got a Facebook message from someone who saw my post or my message, whatever, that I was struggling, and that he lives in Tijuana, which was 2 hours away, or yeah, close to 2 hours away. And I said, you know what, Toby, no, you're gonna give it the last chance. It's the last chance you give a mechanic to look at your van before you officially tow the van to San Diego. Anyways, I prepared everything to move on the next day. So I still had the apartment for 1 night left, so I decided to, put everything already in the van, so I was just prepared for everything and that I was ready to move on. I washed all my clothes. I, put basically everything I had back into the van, besides of my MacBook and, just like a jeans, a shirt, some socks, and underwear, and yeah, just like one pair of everything. So I didn't have much left in the apartment, which was cool for me. I had everything already prepared for the van. And then the next day, the tow truck picked me up from the apartment. We both went to the van, which was in front of the mechanic place, and I saw the van and it was completely open, and immediately I know that someone broke into my van. I didn't have much time to even look at the van inside or something, because the tow truck company also has their schedule. So they said, okay, we have 5 minutes and we have to, you know, pick up the van and, you know, put it on the tow truck and then drive to Tijuana. So I was looking inside of my van for those like 3-4 minutes, whatever, and I was just looking what was missing. And basically I had nothing left from my clothes. I had nothing left besides of what I was wearing at this point, because everything was empty, you know. This one up here, this box up here thingy, is where I keep all my clothes, my sheets, electricity stuff, cables. Anyways, it was completely empty. There was nothing in there anymore. It was completely empty. And then I was also noticing that under my bed, where my electricity is, my second battery, also clothes, winter clothes, was completely gone. Everything was gone. My whole battery, electricity setup, winter clothes. Also part of my mattress was gone. I didn't have a blanket. Buddy's plane, you know, the thing where he was in on the plane, was also stolen. So everything was gone. I didn't have much left besides of what I was wearing. I had to move on, right? There was no other way. I had to move on because what was my option? I was stranded there with a broken van, nothing left in here. I didn't have anything besides of what I was wearing and what I had still in the apartment, which was my main MacBook, and they also stole my second MacBook that I repaired in Guatemala. I was lucky enough that I had all my paperwork, stuff, documents, you know, Buddy's passport, my passport and everything, that I still had it in the apartment. You know, I would not know what I have done if I didn't have a passport and Buddy's, you know, passport and whatever. So I was lucky that I still had it. But everything else was basically gone. So the tow truck got me to Tijuana, where I ended up to this guy that texted me on Facebook. I was really grateful that he offered me help and that I could stay in front of his house, and that I was, you know, I was just grateful, because I basically ended up there with nothing. I had a broken van. I had nothing left in the van inside. I didn't have clothes. I didn't have, I don't know. I was just completely at the bottom. So I ended up there, and he said it will be better to replace the engine, which at this point I didn't want it to do yet. I was like, okay, if this is the only solution, I have to do it, but I want to have a second opinion or third or fourth opinion on it. So I called another mechanic, and he came, looked at the engine and said, okay, let me fix it, let me take a look at it, but we have to go to my mechanic place. So I went on another towing truck, bringing me from this part to Tijuana to the other part of Tijuana, and then I went to this mechanic. And I don't have any words how much he actually helped me and helped to get my life together again in so many ways. And I'm so grateful that I met this guy, and also that the guy who texted me on Facebook, because otherwise I would never end up in Tijuana, where I met this mechanic who can finally, you know, who was able to fix my van. But of course we had to start at the bottom again, and I didn't, like, when he looked at the engine and there were so many things coming out, where I just realized I got really scammed in the other mechanic where I was staying for 7 weeks, where they told me they changed the radiator, but it never happened. When they told me the injector is the problem, the injector was never the problem, they just didn't connected pipes, and so many other stuff. My van basically came here with 0 oil, even though they told me they did an oil change. I don't know, there were so many things, I don't even remember all of them, but I was just sitting here and thought, wow, I really got scammed for the first time, and I spent thousands of dollars, and I was embarrassed. I felt like I could have seen those red flags at the mechanic where I was staying for 7 weeks way before, but I still believed in it. I still believed in everything they said. I still believed whatever. The good outcome of it, even though I got scammed, I got robbed, I got lied to. My van is driving again. My van is finally driving again. And yeah, the mechanic I was staying, he worked his ass off. And I really have to say that he really worked his ass off to save this van. He worked, I don't know how many hours a day, basically the whole day for over a week straight, every day on my van to get it back on the road. And yes, it's driving again. It is driving again. And yeah, currently I am converting the van, which I wanted to do in Ensenada before I broke down. But I'm gonna give you a short sneak peek. Let me go on this side. There you have a window. Which wasn't there before, of course, so I was able to buy myself some new clothes. Starting basically new beginning now with everything that happened in the past 7 weeks. I just feel like it's a completely new beginning. When you start from the bottom, you know, you have to start somewhere. And when I tell you, when I got socks, I was so happy about it. I was like, yes, I finally have socks again. I feel like I couldn't even progressing it in the moment that happened, because of course I was left with a broken van, and then someone robbed my whole van. Like, I stole everything I had. Like, there were so many things that I wasn't even able to, you know, really progressing it and thinking about what actually happened, that I was just keep going because, you know, I put so much effort and so much money and everything in this van and in my life, basically, because this is not just like a travel life. This is my life. Everything I own is in this van. And when there's, like, you know, everything gone all of a sudden, you have to start somewhere. So when I first got socks, I was so happy about it. Like, I swear by God, I was so happy about it. And when I got some new shirts and you know, some new shoes and just those small things that you basically need to just go outside and live in the world we're living in. Yes, guys, it's been some crazy weeks. It's been hell of a ride, and that's also why I couldn't film anything, because they stole a bunch of my stuff from my camera charger. I couldn't find the camera charger here and stuff, but now I finally got a camera charger again, so here I am. And yeah, today my new kitchen is coming in, which I'm really excited about. But everything when it comes to my, you know, conversion of the van will be in the next video that I'm gonna upload, because now I really gonna try to upload once a week again, because now I'm back at the game. Here I am now doing a conversion. I have a new back window, I have a new side window, I have a new carpet in the front, I'm gonna get a completely new kitchen and so much more stuff, and obviously also a new second battery. Again, as you know, I just got a new one for my birthday. I was really sad about it because I really like this battery, but well, you can't change it, you can just move on. I'm so excited to start with a fresh new van. You know, everything is fixed, everything is new. To start the journey in the US and going to the US and then going to Canada. I'm really excited about that chapter, and I hope this goes a little bit you know, smoother than my Mexico experience. If Vanlife teach me one thing, is not giving up. It's just like keep going and keep fighting and keep doing what you love it, and it doesn't matter what other people say. If they tell you like 1,000 times you should give up on this van, you should give up on this life, you know, you don't have to if you don't feel like it. And if you really believe in what you're doing, it's just everything that counts for me personally. Other people would have said, you know, I'm gonna leave the van behind, you know, I'm sick of it, I'm, you know, going back. But even though if I would have made the decision to go back, I would have not known what exactly, where I'm gonna start, what I'm gonna do, because this is my life. This is, you know, not something I'm doing for a year or two. I'm doing it now for 4 years. I'm living in the van, and it's just, for me, it's not like a vacation I'm taking for my normal life, because this is my life. And that, I feel like, is something that some people don't really get, that it's not like, you know, a trend on Instagram or a trend on YouTube or whatever. I feel more home in this van than I will ever feel in any other place, and that's why I don't give up on this van. Just because, you know, your washing machine or dryer is broken in your house doesn't mean you're gonna sell the whole freaking house. That's just all I can say about that, and I'm really excited what comes next, and I'm just happy that, you know, this whole mess is over, this whole drama. Someone was actually telling me, Toby, you should change your name from Travel Toby to Travel Drama, which is the truth, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I would say we see each other in the next video. I know this was not a vlog right now, but I just wanted to keep you updated on what happened in the past 2 months. And yeah, keep smiling, have a lovely day, and we'll see each other next time. Adios, amigos. Ciao, ciao.